and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mariota now on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On third down, Mariota. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. This will be their first trip to the red zone. First and 10 right at the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Chris Jones able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. That's caught. It's Thomas. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's third and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Third and goal, Mariota. This will be caught at about the 5. And this results in 6. Touchdown. Michael Thomas, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A first down throw for Mariota. Caught left side by Hilton. Past the 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. T.Y. Hilton, 77 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Madden Elite's offense coming back on the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to...
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. From the gun, Mariota. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
That's a big league run. Takes him down inside the 5-yard line, and momentum definitely on the side of the guys on offense. And if you're an offensive lineman, you love to run the football, especially out in the field where there's some space. But I will get you in on a little bit of a secret. Those guys like it in tight, too, because they get matched up and they get to show just how stout they are in a tough situation. They're recommending they run it again.
A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine quarterback, there to make the play defensively.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now Mariota. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Jarrell Casey in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. 3rd and long here for Mariota. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. 4th down. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And McManus able to put it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Madden Elite's offense trotting out again. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Mariota. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain of 39 that time.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Calais Campbell in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing, Mariota. Flushed out right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jurrell Casey in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Mariota now. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. On the punt there. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. And a nice gain of 21 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Keep it rolling.
To throw is Mariota. And he connects with Ertz. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. To throw, Mariota. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Throwing is Mariota. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. Mariota going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. Mariota again. He's going to air one out. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Johnson was the intended receiver. So that is 3 interceptions now in this 1st half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
One. Let's go. One.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And McManus able to put it through. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Jurrell Casey able to disrupt yet another pass play. His third sack of the afternoon. Second down, Mariota. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Mariota. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going. It's Mariota. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. First down, Mariota. Over the middle, that's taken in by Gronkowski. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Again, it's Mariota. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To the air again, Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. Goes right side, complete to Gronk. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On third down, Mariota. And that is incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Mariota to throw for it on fourth. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation. Big.
It's caught inside the 25. A gain of 39 that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory? An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. On third down, that's Lindsey, and he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal, and it's a touchdown. A great effort there, taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Madden Elites have broken the tie. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Stopped shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Mariota now on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. A first down throw for Mariota. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now Mariota. And a third down pass falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Desperation time. Mariota on fourth down. And no, it's incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And as a result, possession switches hands. The Madden Elites heading back onto the field. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays They're going to gain.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Von Miller coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. From the gun, Mariota. He's going to launch this thing way down. He's got a man complete. A gain of 39 that time. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
Hurts has it left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call...
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On 3rd down, that's Lindsey. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And they move this all the way down to the 9. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Mariota. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's Mariota. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's the sack master, Justin Houston, who comes up with it.